10 transportation ways to travel in Thailand. From gorgeous beaches to lush woods, ancient monasteries to coral reefs, Buddhist monks to floating markets, and the aromatic, rich food that tempts your taste buds, you'll find it all here. Well, are you still wondering which country I'm referring to? I hope that you've already found it. Yes, I'm talking about Thailand, a gorgeous coastal paradise that's in the Southeast Asian region, which is also home to around 70 million people. However, before traveling to all these incredible locations, we must first know how to travel in Thailand. And well, that's why you clicked on this video. And in today's video, we will look at the 10 transportation ways to travel in Thailand. But before we jump into the video, make sure that you smash the subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Without further ado, let's dive in. Tuk-Tuk. If you've ever traveled to India or other South Asian nations, you're definitely familiar with a tuk-tuk or auto rickshaw. The tuk-tuk is a three-wheeled vehicle that can carry up to 3 people over short distances in towns and cities. It's a popular tourist attraction as it's an indigenous means of transportation in Thailand. The streets of Thai cities are clogged with over 35,000 tuk-tuks, mainly in the capital city, Bangkok. Considering tuk-tuks when compared to most cabs and motorcycles, which do not have a meter, a tuk-tuk trip may be rather costly if you do not know how to bargain. So before renting a tuk-tuk, it's always a good idea to negotiate the fare with the driver so that you don't have to overpay. As mentioned, the tuk-tuk is an iconic transport in Thailand, which has also got a position in the national emblem of Thailand. To attract foreigners, tuk-tuks are typically decked up with bright decorations, making them at least want to ride in them once. It is a type of private transportation that can take you to regions or streets that are normally off-limits to the general public. Even if you're not in Bangkok, it's advisable to take a tuk-tuk ride as it's available in all parts of the country and even in the islands, with some exceptions. They can manage traffic more efficiently and get you to your destination faster than a cab, but they are significantly riskier. Taxi. Taxis are another excellent mode of transportation in Thailand, where metered taxis as well as app-based taxis are extremely popular among both locals and visitors. Private taxis can also be hired with a fare negotiation since they charge a little extra. The brightly colored cabs are common in Thailand's islands, towns, and tourist destinations. The metered taxi service is expanding to other cities as well. In Thailand, taxis serve as a handy and hassle-free form of transportation. Skylab. Have you ever traveled in a habel? Well, are you wondering what habel is? Let me clear it out. It's a 3-wheeled motorcycle and is among the most commonly used means of transportation in northeast Thailand. In terms of pattern and engine, it differs from a tuk-tuk as it's slightly more powerful than a tuk-tuk. It is also referred to as a Skylab, popularly named after the US space station. The motorcycles are modified with enlarged seats and slabs of wood, and they can carry up to 13 passengers. Earlier, this vehicle was used as a means of moving crops and other agricultural products, but it has since grown into a fully fledged mode of transportation. It's very popular in Thailand's towns and rural areas because many people do not have vehicles and must rely on the Skylab to get around. Despite the fact that they are widespread and many people make a living as for-hire drivers, habel is prohibited in the Philippines as accidents are extremely prevalent while traveling in a Skylab. The Skylab is also popular among residents and visitors in Bangkok, Samui Island, and Krabi. If you like a tuk-tuk, then you might like this too. Songthaew. In Thailand, if you do not want to travel around in buses, then the best alternative we have is the minivan or Songthaew. It is a 13-seat air-conditioned vehicle, but with less space for luggage. It is always recommended to take the Songthaew or minivan if you do not want to deal with the crowds on buses. The minivan can also be rented for the entire day or on an hourly basis to explore the city and its surroundings. Another wonderful thing about minivans is that you can reserve them for extended periods depending on requirements. Other than automobile rental agencies, minivans are readily accessible at airports and other tourist attractions. The good thing about the minivan is that the speed restriction, tachograph, More stringent licensing procedures and inspections are often conducted by Thai transportation officials, which keeps the drivers from driving recklessly. Wearing a seatbelt is advisable though, and if you're in a shared minivan, there are restroom breaks at every stop. Railways. In Thailand, the railway is the most popular and preferred mode of transportation. It has 3 primary routes that connect the country's 4 corners. The Hua Lamphong railway station in Bangkok serves as the hub for all train travel in Thailand. Where traffic is heavy, such as in Lopburi and Ayutthaya, the rail ride turns out to be the best option. The slow train ride will take you on a panoramic tour of the gorgeous places in Thailand, as well as introduce you to the pleasures of traveling in Thailand. Despite the fact that the railways do not span the entire country, this speedy means of transportation in Thailand offers an elegant and comfortable travel experience that no other mode of transportation can match. Metro systems. Bangkok's subway system, also referred to as the MRT or Metro Rail Transit System, is efficient, clean, and sophisticated. Though it doesn't stop at many of the major tourist attractions as one might expect, it is very easy for visitors to purchase tickets at the station or through automated machines. The subway is the best method to get to Hua Lamphong train station, which is the epicenter of all train travel in Thailand. In the districts of Asok and Saladeng, it even connects to the SkyTrain. Bangkok's metro and SkyTrains are the best ways to avoid traffic jams. The air-conditioned SkyTrain connects the whole city of Bangkok, providing relief to office workers and others. For the fare, there are token systems available, although preloaded cards can also be used. The MRT subway is also quite popular in Bangkok due to its excellent connectivity, and the joy of traveling throughout Thailand's capital can be enhanced by taking the SkyTrain. Buses. Well, the buses in Thailand literally offer a first-class experience and are available in all the districts of the country. Buses serve as an excellent means of transportation for commuting purposes in small towns. Buses, for the most part, follow set routes and have good connectivity. Some bus services are run by the government, while others are handled by commercial transportation companies. The bus service was established with the goal of providing access to Bangkok for everyone from all sections of Thailand. The fares are less expensive and more accessible, and long-distance buses are equipped with restrooms. Airways. Thailand has 6 international airports and 23 local airports, making for an excellent flight experience. The Suvarnabhumi International Airport in Bangkok, often known as the travel hub, can take you to a variety of famous locations via international and domestic flights. Domestic flights are available at a low cost with excellent air connectivity. Because of the outstanding connectivity, the majority of the tourist destinations are perfect for air travel. Waterways. Wouldn't it be wonderful to travel in long-tail boats, ferries, and rocket boats along the shores of Thailand and also do shopping? Yeah, you heard me right, shopping. Well, if you want to experience this wonderful scene, then the Damnon Saduak floating market is the place to go. Over here, people sell things while floating in boats. The Thai junk-rigged sailboat, the sampan boat, and the kracheng boat, and other well-known boats are also popular modes of water transportation in Thailand. When visiting Thailand, the most anticipated attractions include visiting the beaches, rivers, island hopping, and shopping at floating markets. The stunning archipelagos, islands, and oceans make Thailand a dream location for visitors. Water transportation is so important in Thailand that without it, most of the attractions would be overlooked. Thailand's water-based transportation is in high demand for exploring the country's never-ending thrills. And don't forget to buy something from the floating markets of Thailand. Locals will really appreciate that. Motorbikes. Motorbikes play a crucial role in rural regions where public transportation is scarce. Actually, you can hire people to drive for you, similar to a taxi. In Thai, it's called a taxi motorcycle. So to differentiate themselves from personal bikes, the drivers wear brightly colored numbered vests in red, blue, or yellow. Before the ride, the price must be agreed upon. This mode of transportation will have you riding on the back of a motorcycle or scooter while hanging onto the driver. These are easier to come across since vehicles gather in places like retail malls or on the SkyTrain. When on vacation, always take precautions, even if it means spending a little extra money. Also, be careful, as the drivers are prone to being reckless, so be cautious, as they are also the ones who can pull you out of traffic in the first place. Well, that's it for today's video, folks. Comment down below your most favorite destinations that you would like to travel to in Thailand, and which of the following modes of transportation that you would prefer to use. If you liked the video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button, and if you're looking for more interesting content, then hit the subscribe button for future updates. Warning: potential scams may or may not happen on some transportation services.